She didn't think of herself as an insecure woman. She had a life, responsibilities, relationships, plans. Sometimes she even felt like she was doing everything right. But almost every time she opened her phone, something inside her quietly tightened. She looked at other women, and she felt a little worse. Not sharply, not painfully, just a little less confident in herself. She didn't call it a problem, more like a habit, sometimes even motivation, a way to pull herself together. But this one habit, year after year, was slowly razrushing her self-worth. The habit of constantly comparing herself to others. Comparison itself isn't wrong. It's a natural function of the mind. We've always looked around to understand where we stand. But today, a woman doesn't compare herself to just a few people around her. She compares herself to hundreds of carefully curated lives. Women who seem confident, put together, successful, beautiful, calm. She sees the result, but not the process, not the exhaustion, not the doubts, not the price they paid. And somewhere inside, a quiet conclusion appears. There's something wrong with me. The most dangerous part of comparison is that it rarely happens out loud. It's not the thought, she's better than me. It's the feeling, I'm worse. Not, she succeeded, but I didn't measure up again. Not, she's beautiful, but I'm so far from that. These thoughts don't hurt immediately. They don't break you. They simply accumulate. And slowly, a woman begins to experience herself differently in the world. She doubts her decisions more often. She delays taking action. She minimizes her achievements. She looks for validation, and at the same time, she may look perfectly fine from the outside. Strong, capable, successful. But inside, there's a constant sense of falling behind. What makes comparison especially deceptive is how often it disguises itself as growth. I just want to be better. I need to try harder. This motivates me, but there's a subtle difference. If comparison leaves you feeling inspired, curious, energized, that's growth. If it leaves you feeling tight, anxious, ashamed, or wanting to hide or prove your worth, that's destruction. A woman begins to live not from desire, but from inadequacy. Not because she truly wants something, but because she feels she must measure up. Why is it so hard to stop? Because comparison creates the illusion of stability. As long as we focus on others, we don't have to ask ourselves the harder questions. What do I want? What is enough for me? What is my rhythm, my pace, my limit? Other people's lives become a backdrop that allows us to avoid meeting ourselves. Breaking this habit doesn't mean stopping noticing other women. It doesn't mean diminishing their success or closing your eyes to the world. It means stopping the use of others as a measure of your worth. One simple question can begin to change everything. What do I feel after this comparison? Not who's right, not who's better, but what happens inside me. If what appears is emptiness, anxiety, or shame, that's a signal. Not that something is wrong with you. but that you've been looking at yourself through someone else's eyes for too long. Self-worth doesn't grow from perfection, and it doesn't appear when you finally catch up. It grows when a woman stops proving that she deserves to exist as she is. Not the best, not the most convenient, not the most impressive, but human, real, already enough. And perhaps the most gentle habit you can build is this. Stop comparing yourself to other people's peaks and start noticing your own path. If this story resonated with you, maybe you're already a little closer to yourself than you were before. And that is always a good place to begin.